Intro to Geogebra, how to find and use the software.
Hi, my name is Orrin and I am a tutor here at Lakeland College. Today I'm going to be talking to you about using GeoGebra geometry. So first of all, you're going to want to go ahead and download the app on your tablet or phone. It is free. Just search in GeoGebra and it comes up, and the one you're going to want here is GeoGebra geometry. So let's go ahead and open that up. So this is the interface that you are starting with. If you are not able to download it onto your tablet, you can just search it online and use it in a browser from like a laptop or a computer. So to start off, I would kind of like you guys to kind of go through these buttons here. There's a lot of different options you can use. We got points, segments, lines, and a lot more, circles, and you can just go through and see all these different options you can use. You might want to play around with it until you become familiar with all these different buttons here. All right, there's even more down here. Keep scrolling, and this is everything they have to offer. So what I would like to get into here is this parent-child relationship between segments here. Notice how this is dynamic, right? As I move it, it moves wherever I want it to go. We can adjust the segment exactly how we want it. And what I meant by that parent-child relationship, so if I click point, and then I want the point to be on this segment, so I click it there. Now the point is on the segment. As I go up here, it's restricted to that segment. It cannot go anywhere but that segment. That is one of the most important features that GeoGebra has to offer. As I extend this, the point can go on further. All right, but if I were to just place a point not restricted to a segment, it can move around wherever. So go ahead and try that out. See if you can notice the parent-child relationship anywhere. You can even try it with a circle or a polygon, however you want to try it out. So next I would like to show what's really good about the hide feature. So we got ourselves a little segment. This is some segments here that are restricted to each other because of that parent-child relationship. Now say I change my mind and I don't want this point to be here, but I still want the segment to exist, because if I just delete this point, then the segment will no longer exist. So I'm going to go ahead and hide that point. So now you can see kind of like the ghost figure of that point that was once there. Say I want this one to change as well. Now notice that I can no longer move that segment because the points aren't there, but it's still restricted to that spot there. Say I want them back, they're still there, so we go in and we click through them, and now they're back. The next feature I would like to introduce is the compass feature. So let's go. I'm going to go ahead and create a segment. You can follow along with me. We'll create a segment here. So notice there's circle with center. You can try that out real quick. But notice as I change this, it's restricted to the center of that circle there. But then as I move this, it's restricted to that point, D. But the compass feature is a little bit different, so I'll go ahead and delete that, and let's go find it down here under these circles. It works just like a regular compass works. So say I want to measure the segment AB. That's me telling the program that I want the circle to have the radius of AB. So I'm going to place my center somewhere around here, and now I have a circle with radius AB. I can move this circle around a little bit better than that other circle I was earlier. But what's really good about GeoGebra is that since I connected that compass to AB, I can maneuver the segment AB and it'll change the circle just like that. Okay, so using what we've learned so far, I would like you to create a model of some sort that represents the Pythagorean theorem. I'll show you an example of what I would have, but I'm not going to show you how to do it. I want you guys to try to figure out that for yourselves, but I'll produce a figure here in a second. Okay, so here's my representation. So whenever you work through it, you should get something similar to this. If you notice here, one of the main things that needs to be done is that as I move this point here, this side does not move. They move independently from one another. So as I increase this segment, this does not also increase. So you should be able to adjust those accordingly. I also added colors and I added the areas. So if you notice, if you're familiar with the Pythagorean theorem, it's a squared plus b squared is equal to c c squared. And if we look at the areas here, this area plus this area is equal to this area. So that's why it's a good representation of the Pythagorean theorem. So if you are able to come up with this, then you are pretty familiar. You're going to get a good grasp of how to use GeoGebra. So thank you for watching this video, and if you have any questions, you can always come over to the tutoring center, and tutoring is free, so feel free to stop by. Thank you.